Hello, my name's Jackie Doyle and welcome back. So today I'm actually going to be harvesting some sweet potatoes. So these sweet potatoes are in a pot, which is part of the reason that I thought I'd make this a video, because they are something that's really easy to grow. They're basically a set and forget. You make sure that they're watered. I've actually got them in self-watering pots that I made myself. And I just think that they're a really easy thing to grow, and they're really exciting to harvest because you're never really sure what you're going to get, but there's something really exciting to harvest with the kids and things like that. So I thought I'd show you the harvest that we're going to get out of it. Hopefully it's a good one, and we'll see how we go. So what I was going to do was actually pull the soil out of these pots, put them into the wheelbarrow and then sift through it. But I've used this, the material that I've got in between the soil and the reservoir. I've used it a couple of times, and so it's actually falling apart. So I'm actually unable to lift it out. So instead, I'm just going to sift through it in the pot and take it out of the pot as I go. So as you can see, the other lovely thing about sweet potato is that they are a very green, luscious crop, and so you get all of this lovely greenery. You can eat these. We don't, for whatever reason, just haven't sort of thought of it, I guess. But yeah, they're a really great crop. So probably not a great harvest out of that pot. It's a fairly big pot, but I seem to recall that I didn't refresh the soil. It might have just had like a crop of tomatoes in it, so something that was fairly hungry. Yeah, so it was basically we'll chuck these in and see how they go. So not huge, but also no effort has gone into that. And it's always a bit exciting to eat something that you've grown. So let's have a look at the other pot. So this one is actually looking a bit more promising. It's actually got a lot more foliage. I think perhaps maybe we put more sweet potato starts in it. Oh, just a note that we didn't buy like sweet potato starts or anything like that. We literally had bought some sweet potatoes. They started to sprout, and so we put them into the soil. So these have cost us nothing. We did not much to grow them. So whatever we get is basically a bonus. This one actually looks a lot better because the other one had really dry sections of the pot, whereas this one hasn't got that. But there still doesn't seem to be a lot in here. So that one was obviously a bit of a fail. We've got 3 very small sweet potatoes. So I'm not too sure what was the problem there. It was quite wet, so whether it was too wet. But yeah, as I say, we did nothing to look after those sweet potatoes. We put them into soil that it was used potting mix. So it probably didn't have a lot of nutrition. The one that we got very limited sweet potatoes out of was much wetter, so perhaps it didn't like being so wet. There are a lot of roots, but not many sweet potatoes. So although it had a lot more greenery, it didn't have as much. Didn't have as much in the way of actual sweet potatoes. So. But that is the way of gardening, isn't it? And it's probably also the way with potatoes, because you have no idea what's going on until you come to harvest it. Other things, you know, you can see whether or not something's working or if you're going to get a harvest or not. But potatoes, sweet potatoes, you really don't. So it's not a terrible haul of sweet potatoes if you average it out over the two. I've definitely had better. So regardless of this possibly fail, I would still encourage you to try sweet potatoes because they are a very they're a very easy, very hands-off type thing to grow. It's a bit of excitement for everyone when you come to harvest them. And then, so we eat sweet potato quite a lot. But what I'm actually planning on doing with these sweet potato is to make sweet potato gnocchi. We don't eat a lot of that, so it's something a bit special to do with it. So when you're doing something like this, I would recommend like doing something a bit special with it, because it's not something that you're going to grow all the time or that you're going to get a big harvest out of. So do something a little bit special with it so that it feels like you've really achieved something. But there's my sweet potato harvest. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope I see you again.